Yeah, hello, USA, soccer fans and football fans, and worldwide fans. Well, at least I hope so. AFL fans too. What time is it? Time for what I said I would do. My final post of 2014 to recap soccer football action from this past season. Bobby Cardenas coming at you from where? Lancaster, California. Where it gets friggin' cold, okay? No snow as we thought there might be, but we still could get some tonight. It's cold enough that I might even have to put on, a beanie. And if I'm going to do that, I'm going to put on my AFL beanie, right? Yeah, but you know what, Thomas guy, you can't see my eyes. Okay, look. This is going to be a long post, so bear with me. And at the end of the post, I'll do a little New Year's Eve celebration. Okay, because it's New Year's Eve. All right, so you all know that I've been posting videos since the summer when we had the World Cup, July. I started posting videos about 2 weeks into it. All right, and to this date, I think I have almost 90 videos on my YouTube channel. Robert Cardenas, Cardenas Jr. Or you can find me on Facebook, Robert S. Cardenas Jr. Anyway, I'll come back to the World Cup, but I'm going to recap from the beginning of the year what were the big highlights of football. Okay, and if I have to put my glasses on every once in a while, bear with me. Look, it's so friggin' cold. Look at this mug. I don't know if you can tell. It's got frost on it. See that frosty mug? These mugs were given to me by my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, Robert and Julie, for Christmas. And you put them in the freezer, upside down, they got liquid, and it freezes up them, and you have ice cold beer. It's so freaking cold, I didn't even have to do that. I just poured it in right now. Look how cold it is. Hello. Okay, here we go. Let's get to the important stuff. So, at the beginning of the year, in January of 2014, right? We're about to enter January 2015. January 2014, the award for the best footballer in the world was given out. It's called the Ballon d'Or, given out in Europe. Ronaldo from Real Madrid and Portugal won his second. He won his first one with Manchester United for being the best player in the world for 2013. He is on course to win this coming January, starting tomorrow, next month, right? In the middle of January, for this past season. And we'll get into his stats in a little bit. But, okay, so that happened in January. Then, all the various leagues were finishing up by the time April, May hit. And Champions League. Real Madrid goes on to win their 10th Champions League, the most of any team in Europe. They beat Atletico Madrid in Portugal. It's the first time it was a all-Spanish final. In Portugal, because they decide the stadiums ahead of time. So in Portugal, Real Madrid had to come back to beat Atletico Madrid in extra time. Then before that actually, they beat Barcelona, their arch rivals, for the Spanish Cup, El Copa del Rey, with you'll remember a big highlight of Gareth Bale doing a run up the left sideline, about 70 yards. Put in spectacular goal. All right. Atletico Madrid goes on to win La Liga, and but Real Madrid has the big Champions League and the Spanish Cup. Okay, so we go to now talking about the big leagues in Europe, rather. So who won in 2014 for the 2013-14 season? Real quick, I'm just gonna name them. So in the Barclays Premier League, Man City became champions on the very last day of the league. Atletico Madrid also on the very last day beat Barcelona to win La Liga. Bayern München was number one in Bundesliga. Juventus in Serie A, and Paris Saint-Germain in Ligue 1. Okay, so now that takes us to the World Cup in Brazil. Look at it. The Brazuca. That was the name of the ball. Brazil. And the highlights are as follows. First of all, the USA had to get out of the group of death with Ghana, Germany, and Portugal. In the first game versus Ghana, the USA comes out right away and scores a goal with Clint Dempsey. But, however, later on, early in the game, Jozy Altidore pulls up with a hamstring on his right-hand side. Out for the rest of the tournament. This brought up the point as to why Jurgen Klinsmann did not include Landon Donovan on the roster. That's going to be a sore spot with all of us USA fans. Got my USA jersey underneath here. Got my USA scarf right here too. Mira. See? Look at it. So, that will come back to haunt Jurgen Klinsmann, I think. But the USA gets out of the group. Unfortunately, loses to Belgium in the round of 16. But Tim Howard, 16 saves! Best performance of a goalkeeper, possibly in World Cup history. I have to go back and look. Okay. Of course, some of the other highlights are, so USA unfortunately gets knocked out in the round of 16. But some of the other big highlights. A 0-0 game that was so exciting. It was, who cared that it ended up 0-0? Mexico against Brazil. And Ochoa, the goalkeeper from Mexico, also had a brilliant game. Had to stop so many of the Brazilian shots. It ended up 0-0, one of the most exciting games of the tournament. Okay? Next. In the knockout round, Brazil, Colombia. A very, very tough game for Colombia to lose because it was very controversial because of the referee. And you know, I'm a referee. I've been a referee for 18 years. I'll back up referees, but unfortunately, this referee, and he was from Spain, had a horrible game. All right, that's just, it ended up with Neymar getting kicked in the back, almost ended his career. Couldn't finish out the rest of the tournament. Brazil beats Colombia. James Rodriguez, the star, I think the true star of the World Cup, though had a brilliant World Cup. And now he's with Real Madrid, as we know, right? And he's becoming a great player there. Okay, so the next big highlight after that was out of obviously Germany just running over Brazil in the semifinal. And Germany goes and plays Argentina in the final and ends up winning 1-0. They had to go to extra time, two extra time periods. And Mario Götze scores a beautiful goal that he trapped on his chest. Then he scores the goal to the opposite post with his left foot right away. Okay. So after that, let's also commend Chile and Costa Rica. Turned out to be some great teams from the World Cup. And some highlights, some of the goals of the World Cup. James Rodriguez's goal, trapping it, turning around. Cahill from Australia. The ball comes out and he just pounds it on the volley with his left foot. And of course, Robin Van Persie's header against España in the first round, in the first game of group play. And there were a few other highlights. But let us go to the current standings around the world, or in Europe, the big leagues. So to this date, and Barclays Premier League will have games tomorrow. Thank goodness for the Barclays Premier League because they had games last week and they have a full schedule tomorrow, New Year's Day. But right now, as of today, Chelsea, number 1. Man City, number 2. Man United, number 3, surprisingly. 3, they're marching up. Who knows what they'll do this year. La Liga, Real Madrid, of course, number 1. Barcelona, 2nd. Atletico Madrid, 3rd. The Bundesliga, Bayern München, number 1. Wolfsburg, 2. And Bayer Leverkusen, 3. Serie A, Juventus, 1. Roma, 2nd. And Lazio, 3rd. And then Ligue 1, Marseille, 1st. Lyon, 2nd. And Paris Saint-Germain, 3rd. Okay, let's get to just a few other highlights, and then I got to end this. I got to wish you guys Happy New Year. Okay, so goals so far in league goals. These are the highest goal scorers in Europe right now. I'm going to name the biggest guys, okay? Ronaldo, 25 goals in 15 games of La Liga. These are just league goals. He's also got goals in Champions League. He's got goals in Copa, but these are just league goals. Messi, 15. So Ronaldo's got 10 more goals than Messi right now in La Liga. Sergio Aguero from Man City, 14 goals in 19 games. Premier League has already played 4 more games. Diego Costa, 13 goals for Chelsea in 19 games. Then Neymar, 11 for Barcelona, 15 again. And Tevez, 10 goals in 16 games for Juventus. Those are the big the highlights. Okay, so now, what do we have to look forward to in 2015? Real quick, and I'm going to come back, as I said, tomorrow or maybe Friday, and really expound on what we have to look forward to. But a few of the keys. Of course, the Women's World Cup, which will be held in Canada. That's happening next year. The Africa Cup of Nations, which actually starts, I think, in a week or 2 weeks right now in Africa. The Africa Cup of Nations, the biggest countries in Africa: Nigeria, Ivory Coast, the Cameroon. It could be a very good tournament. Okay, Copa America takes place in Chile, I believe, right? Is it Chile or Venezuela? I think Chile. No, I think it's Chile. Copa America will take place 2015. Okay. I also want to give a shout out to some of the other shows that are on cable that I think you guys should watch so that you can become informed about our beautiful sport. Okay, I have to show you also, though, my other scarves to show you who. Real Madrid. Hey-o! Real Madrid. Yeah! Liverpool. You'll never walk alone. All right, God, don't carry it away. All right. Okay, so the other shows that you can watch on beIN Sports are Express Extra, which is a daily show during the when the games are on in the afternoon. Monday night, there's a show called The Locker Room, with a lot of different hosts and panelists, Kay Murray, Ray Hudson, Jeremy St. Louis, who else? A few other, Terry Lee, Ian Joy, Corey Gibbs from the USA, Phil Shane, Boder Illner from Germany, Ross Dyer, Gary Bailey is now new, Christian Vietti, of course, Andres Cordero, and Brittany Arnold, who's not on the panel yet, but she does some little bits and pieces in between. Blonde? Look at that. Anyway, well, I can't help it. Okay, the other show, Men in Blazers, which is on channel 220 for you guys that have DirecTV. That's on Monday nights with Michael Davies and Roger Bennett. It's actually very funny. It's about the EPL, English Premier League. 2 guys. Sort of like this. If I had another guy with me. I got these 2 guys. But they're friggin' silent. And Peter Dinklage, he's just struggling to be seen. Okay. Anyway. So watch those guys. And the final one is a show called ESPN FC that I actually think is a very good show. It's on ESPN2, channel 209, Sundays and or Mondays, sometimes, both days. With Alejandro Moreno as one of the panelists, Steve Nicol from England, and Shaka Hislop, former goalkeeper African. Okay, those are some good shows. So now, let us say, what do we say? We're going to say, Happy New Year. Why? Because it's about to be Happy New Year. Look at this friggin' stupid hat I just got. It says party time upside down. What's up with that? Okay, sorry. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I can't get these friggin' things to work properly. Hey, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Whoa, Happy New Year again. Hello. Hey, Happy New Year. With that. Whoa, with that. Ooh, I hit the. Is that. Cheers. Salud. Say no to racism and USA!